For over a century, science has been systematically dismantling our everyday reality. First, Einstein's relativity dissolved our simple notions of space and time. Then, quantum mechanics shattered our understanding of matter itself. And today, a group of the most daring thinkers in modern physics are proposing something even more radical. That consciousness isn't just a byproduct of the universe. The universe itself might be a product of consciousness. Roger Penrose, Philippe Guillemant, Robert Lanza, and David Bohm. These four thinkers come from different backgrounds, hold different philosophies, and yet their work points toward a single, astonishing conclusion. Reality is not what it seems, and consciousness may be the key that unlocks its deepest secrets. Let's start with Roger Penrose. His journey began with a simple but profound question: why can the human mind understand truths that no computer can ever reach? He was inspired by Gödel's incompleteness theorem, which proved that any system of rules, no matter how powerful, can never capture all of mathematical truth. Yet we humans can see that these truths are real. For Penrose, this was a clear sign that our minds do something that goes beyond mere computation. Our insight transcends algorithms. But Penrose is a physicist, a physicalist. He rejects any supernatural explanations. So if consciousness isn't computation, what physical process could it be? He believes the answer lies in the biggest mystery of quantum mechanics, the collapse of the wave function. The standard equations, like Schrödinger's, predict a smooth, orderly evolution of possibilities. But when we observe a quantum system, it suddenly and unpredictably jumps into a single, definite state. This is the collapse. It's a process the equations themselves can't explain. Penrose proposed that this collapse is a real, physical event driven by gravity. He called it objective reduction, or OR. When a quantum superposition involves a significant difference in mass and gravity, it becomes unstable and spontaneously collapses. And where in the brain could such a delicate quantum process happen? He teamed up with anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff, who pointed to microtubules' tiny protein structures inside our neurons. Together, they developed the Orch OR model, orchestrated objective reductions inside microtubules. In this view, consciousness isn't a program running on the brain's hardware. It's a quantum gravitational event tied to the very fabric of space-time. Now let's turn to Philippe Guillemant, who approaches the mystery from a completely different angle. For him, the universe isn't a single fixed timeline. It's more like a vast landscape of possibilities, a cosmic GPS map where every potential future already exists as a route. Your consciousness, he argues, acts as a navigator. Your emotions, intentions, and inner state are what select the path you travel. You don't create the future. You choose it. According to Guillemant, our familiar concepts of linear time and solid space are just constructs, an interface our consciousness uses to interact with a deeper informational reality. This reframes things we often dismiss as strange coincidences. Synchronicities, moments of powerful intuition, or that weird feeling of déjà vu. These aren't just glitches. They are echoes from the future you're aligning with, signs that you're resonating with a particular timeline. While Penrose zooms in on the microphysics of consciousness, Guillemant zooms out to its macro role, a navigator charting a course through the sea of possibilities. Then there's Robert Lanza, who makes the boldest claim of all. He proposes that the universe isn't an external object we happen to inhabit. It is a mental construct generated by biological consciousness. He calls this idea biocentrism. Think of space and time not as fundamental realities, but as the user interface of your brain, the tools it creates to organize sensory experience. Without a conscious observer, Lanza argues, the universe simply cannot exist in any meaningful way. This isn't a metaphor, it's a direct challenge to materialism, the idea that matter is the foundation of everything. Lanza flips the script completely. Space doesn't exist without an observer to perceive it. Time doesn't flow without an awareness to experience it. The entire external world is a projection of our internal experience. In his view, it's not matter that creates consciousness. It's consciousness that creates the very concept of matter. Finally, we have David Bohm, who ventures into the subtle territory between physics and mysticism. He saw the universe as a kind of holographic unfolding. He proposed two layers of reality: the explicate order, which is the world of separate objects and events we see around us, and a deeper, hidden implicate order, where everything is unified and interconnected in a seamless whole. The world we experience is merely a projection from this deeper, undivided field. For Bohm, strange quantum effects weren't just mathematical tricks. They were direct evidence of this underlying wholeness. You are not a separate entity looking out at the universe. You are the universe expressing itself in human form. This hidden order connects everything. So, where Penrose finds non-computability, and Guillemant finds timelines, and Lanza finds consciousness as the source of reality, Bohm finds a profound, unbroken wholeness beneath the fragmented surface of our world. So, what happens when we bring these four revolutionary ideas together? Penrose tells us consciousness is rooted in non-computable quantum gravity. Guillemant shows us consciousness as a navigator of future possibilities. Lanza argues consciousness is the very source of space, time, and matter. And Bohm reveals that both consciousness and the universe emerge from a single, hidden, holistic order. In this new paradigm, consciousness is not a random accident produced by the brain. It is the architect of reality. The brain doesn't produce consciousness. It tunes into it like a radio receiver pulling a signal from the air. Matter doesn't create mind, mind shapes matter. And reality isn't a collection of separate local objects. It is deeply and fundamentally interconnected. What does this mean for you, for me, for all of us? If Penrose is right, your mind taps into the deepest laws of physics. If Guillemant is right, your intentions can literally bend your personal timeline. If Lanza is right, your perception helps construct the world you experience. And if Bohm is right, your individual consciousness is woven into a universal field of unbroken wholeness. This emerging vision tells us we are not just passive spectators in a cold, mechanical universe. We are active participants. We are creators. We are navigators of possibilities. We are living expressions of the deep, mysterious order of reality. A revolution is underway, right at the boundary where science meets spirit, and it's here that the next great leap in human understanding is waiting to be made. Thanks for watching, and if this sparked your curiosity, make sure to follow for more journeys into the biggest questions of our time.